Got the goods.
Got the roids.
What is going on? This is SAMOK from SAMOK Fit. Checking in with you guys. You guys are doing well, doing terrific. And we are back with another video. So I feel like it's been a while since we actually did a running video on this channel. That's because I have not been doing much running. I've not been doing much running because dealing with IT ban. In case you don't know, as big men, doesn't even matter if you're big man, big lady, big girl. All kinds of people, you want to be as efficient as possible, and part of that efficiency is making sure your running technique and running form is on point. If it's not on point, other musculatures and things will be taken over than what you're supposed to have. We have a 10-mile run, and if the 10-mile run goes well today, we are going to be doing a half marathon next weekend as part of the agreement that I have with my coach. So not only it's not going to be just a running video, it's going to be a video about how to balance running and training at the same time. We got 10-mile running today, so this video is not only going to be about running. Later in the video, I'll be sharing with you guys how to design or build the perfect running and strength training program. Not only how to build it, I'm going to be showing you I'm going to add in a link in the description where you can download the program and kind of just try that out and see if you can slowly lean into running and strength training at the same time too. Running is something that everybody should be able to do, regardless of what your goal is, strength training or trying to gain some size or trying to live a generally healthy life. My concept for me right now is I want to look like I lift, and at the same time, if somebody says, hey, go run a mile, I don't want to feel like I'm dying after running a mile.
I feel like I'm getting exposed.
You get exposed. If it hurts, investigate it. Don't push that feeling away. But anyways, less talking. I mean, if you've been following me for a while, you know what I do. I stall. This shit ain't easy. Somebody's got to do it. Might as well be us, right? Might as well be me. Warm up, 10 mile, let's go. So as far as nutrition goes, of course, if you've been following for a while, you've watched any of my running video in the past, you already know what it is, but it's actually going to be a little bit different. So today, I want to have this one in because I was running late. This run is about to be fueled by Cinnabons. Cinnamon rolls, like my daughters used to say it. So I made some cinnamon rolls for the girls this morning. I was running late to get here. I'm like, well, I gotta get something in my stomach. So I had 3 cinnamon rolls this morning on my drive here, and I had my 1 scoop of G1M Sport with 1 strip of the electrolyte. This is part of the the Go pack. They have this in greens and reds, so we have that mixed in here. Sip on down on my way, and while I'm running, I have the Martine gel. This is by far my favorite running gels, and the reason being it's just easier on the stomach. If you're looking for something that's very tasty or flavorful, I mean, I won't recommend it. But again, as far as efficiency, making sure your stomach, like goos and things like that, they are great, but goos just makes me thirsty. Like I feel like I want to drink water right away. This is fairly light, and again, you can't go wrong with 100 milligrams of caffeine to the dome while you're running. Just that actually pick me up. So I'll be taking one of these every 3 miles or so, just to make sure I don't go croak. I want to make sure I catch myself before I go croak. And if I make it to the 10-mile run, this is going to be my main source of fuel. And when we come back, of course, we're going to add another electrolyte in here so we can start that recovery process. Anyways, less talking, more running. Let's get after it. Feels good. Feels really good. Pain-free, 10 mile. We finished running 10 miles in 1 hour 30 minutes, 9:02 pace. Pretty happy, ecstatic actually, not just happy, because the determinant of me running next week or doing a marathon next week is pending if I can run 10 miles pain-free. If I can run 10 miles pain-free, that's a good indication that I'm where I need to be. And even though, God forbid, knock on whatever the wood's at, if I can do 10 miles and like the last 3.1 is kind of hurting, I can fight through it and finish. Ideally, I would love not to fight through it, but that's where we are right now. I'm not taking any of these runs for granted at all, because I know what it feels like to go 18 miles 1 week and come back feeling like shit the next time. Literally barely making it 13 miles the next time go around. So I'm very grateful for this run. I'm gonna send it back home, show you what we have for post-workout or post-run nutrition. Then we're going to be talking about how you can design your home running and strength training to be as efficient as possible if you care about something like that. Let's head home. When that glow hits you and you get out the glow. Anyways, so that is the meal that we're having first and foremost post run, and now we are going to be talking about the breakdown of how you, or the routine of the breakdown on how you can design your running and your strength training program together. So I got the program pulled up on my screen right here, so I'll be talking to you guys and I'll be reading off some of the program right here, just to bring you guys along, give you like a full day, a full breakdown of it. So before I jump into the whole program, before I jump into program, just a quick little tip for you guys. I mean, a balance training with running definitely can be challenging. I will say that. I'm not going to say it's easy. It's definitely something that's very hard for me to get into. So give yourself some grace. You have to listen to your body and try your best not to push it too fast, too soon. Slow down if you need to. And it's literally something that you do at your own pace. And like I said, you don't have to follow this to a T, but can give you some structure and how, hey, if the program is saying 20 minutes, you don't feel like you're doing 20 minutes, maybe 15 minutes where you can do that day. Definitely go for that. And again, first, just like any other training program that you are doing, you want to determine your goal before creating a workout plan. And it's important for you to know what your goal is. So your goal is to hybrid training. Is your goal to maybe train for a marathon? If your goal is to train for a marathon, the BPN, which is a sponsor of mine, actually has a program out there that you can literally follow. It's for free. It doesn't cost you a dime and get you well to your goal. And if your goal is strength training, of course, obviously maybe running might just not be the best thing for you right now. But if you're looking for a way to balance both running and strength training together, this might be a piece for you. So specificity matters. Define what your goal is before you apply something like the program that I'm about to share with you guys. Most injuries that you see when it comes to strength training typically occurs because or due to most injuries that you see a lot of times occur due to poor technique or poor load management. Poor load management just can be a lot of volume, a lot of beat up on the body, and eventually your body's going to be in a position where it can just not keep up, and that's what leads to injury. So you want to prioritize recovery, and you want to incorporate different types of strength training also to balance strength training with running. It's important to incorporate a variety of exercises too as you go on, especially single leg movements. In the previous video that I mentioned, talking about hamstrings, talking about hamstrings, talking about strengthening those small little muscle groups that you typically are not really exposed to when it comes to strength training. Your glute med, especially, that's something I've learned that became a tough issue for me because I realized it's very weak, which led to a lot of injuries, the ITB issues and the issues that I had. So you want to make sure you prioritize in the small muscle groups. And if you guys want me to cover a video in the future explaining that to you guys or breaking down some of those movements, which I've touched on in the previous video talking about my hamstring leg day training, which you can check out. So again, you want to vary your run and your workouts, just like in the strength training. It is important for you to vary your run and workouts, which includes incorporating different types of runs. Like I said, you want to include like tempo runs, intervals, long runs, And all this run will give you an opportunity to actually get better. You know, maybe sometimes, yes, the long run might suck sometimes, but it's going to put you in a position to actually improve your aerobic capacity. And of course, most of your runs that you need to be doing should be in 80%. 80% meaning it should be zone 2 run. If you don't know what zone 2 is just when you are running, you should be in a position where you can have a conversation with yourself or with somebody next to you. And that allows you, of course, if you're just getting started on your running, that just might be difficult for you all together. And that's something that, you know, you cannot do because you just want to get the run over with. But as you get better with your running, you want to make sure you are in a position where you are, get to the position where most of your run is going to be zone 2. It's going to be conversational pace. And if you don't know what zone 2 really is, you can use the Maffetone method. And the Maffetone method essentially is 180 minus your age. And that is where you want your heart rate to be while you're running. I cover all that. So let's dive into the skeleton of the actual template. So day 1 typically will be focused on strength training. So the movements that I created for you is going to be squat 3 sets of 10 or any sort of squat variation. It could be back squat, could be machine squat, followed by bench press 3 sets of 10, lunges 3 sets of 10, seated row. We want to follow that with 5-minute stretch because stretching is going to be very important for you. Mobility is going to be very important for you. So that again, I've learned that's going to limit the amount of injuries that you are going to have, and you warm up. So day 5 is going to be running base, and that's going to be like your first run. So in the template I have about 20 minutes here, and that 20 minutes again can be something. It can be 10 minutes for you, can be 20 minutes for you. But again, when you start 20 minutes, don't get caught up in a position where you just want to run 20 minutes straight up and just get it over with. You don't have to do a full 20-minute run. You can break that down and slow that pace down to, let's say I want to run 5, walk 2, run 5, walk 2. But again, the goal what you're reaching for is time under your feet. So that's day 2. Day 3 is another strength training program, which you got deadlift, you got shoulders, you got legs, pull-ups, and then follow up with a 5-minute cool down also. So all these days you can have the opportunity to have, let's say, 5-minute like jogging, like slow steady jogging, just to get your body core temperature up, get your body moving. Again, or you can do like a speedy incline walk on these days. And again, the goal is just to make sure your legs are moving and turning, getting a good circulation, using your legs to flush some lactic acid that probably has built up from the previous runs. And day 3, like I said, is strength focused. Day 4 is running focused, with a 5-minute jog. This is where like interval running comes into play, where you can do something about 6 times 4, meaning like you hit a track. If you have a cool watch like I do, which is a Phoenix watch, you can program your workouts to say, okay, I'm going to do some sort of interval. It could be 4 intervals I want to do today, 5-minute jog. I'm going to do a 400-meter run, a 1-minute cool down, 400-meter run, 1-minute cool down. And day 5 is going to be a rest and recovery. A recovery can be just like a walk, foam rolling, stretch, mobility, yoga, just to make sure your body is nice and loose. And day 6 is going to be strength training, which allows you to give you a little bit more stretch also, because that puts you in a position like you are 2 days before your day 7, and day 7 typically is long run. So the video that you guys just saw prior to this is my long run. So weekends are typically my longer runs, and I have my small, medium runs within the week. That's gonna, within the week, that kind of just preps me for the longer run. And the longer run, again, I have it scheduled here for my 60 to 90 minutes. That might seem like a lot for a lot of you guys just starting off the bat, but your longer run is whatever that long run is for you. That long run can be 20 minutes, could be 30 minutes. Your long run, you can dictate that long run for yourself based on what you can, where you can finish, or what's a longer run for you. A longer run could be 20 minutes, a longer run could be 30, could be 40 minutes. You decide that, but I think you want to be intentional as far as your long run goes. Okay, I'm going to start 40 minutes today. I'm going to run, walk, but time on the feet is going to be 40 minutes. And what you want to do as you progress throughout the week is, yes, you want to increase maybe by 10% or so. The key here is in totality, if you tally up all your runs that you are doing during the week, again, a Garmin, I wear the Garmin Phoenix Pro. I can look at all the runs that I've done during the week, and that's going to give me an idea of, okay, if let's say I did 100 miles this week, I want to increase my run by 10%. I'm going to make sure I sprinkle maybe 10 miles within the week. Could be on my long run, then I'm going to sprinkle that on. I just want to make sure I'm not jumping too fast too soon, because that's what it's going to lead to a lot of injuries. So like I said, I'll put the link in the description for you guys in case you are interested in this. You want to design your own training program, you can literally design that, and that is pretty much it. My goal on my current fitness journey literally mentally right now is to be in a position where I can do both strength training, I can run at the same time. I don't want to be the guy that somebody sees and somebody see, wow, that guy looks jacked, and it's time for me to go run a mile and I can barely push out a mile. I want to be fit, I want to be active, I want to push myself out of the comfort of what I can do. Strength training is very comfortable for me, running is uncomfortable, so that's why I'm doing running, and I've been loving the experience. I love the solitude it provides for me, and I hope you too get the solitude and the benefits that I'm getting from this running, and that's why I put this program together. So thank you for tuning into this video. Again, if you have another friend that might be interested in a content like this, share that with your friends. Give this video a thumbs up, and like I said, the link will be in the description if you are interested in downloading this package. But again, it's free content, it doesn't cost you a dime. Hit the link, and I hope it serves you well as it served me. That's a SAMOK for SAMOK Fit. Check it out, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.